Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to download and install MySQL database. So first of all, you need to visit their website, that is mysql.com. Once you reach their website, there is an option called downloads. You need to click on it. Then you need to scroll down and we will be downloading the community edition because that is free to use. So click on MySQL community. Then as we are going to use it on Windows, click on MySQL Installer for Windows. Then you have options for online installation and offline installation. I would prefer an offline version because that would not require an internet later on to install. So you can simply click this one. Then don't log in. You can just click no thanks, just start my download. And then wait for this download to complete. Once your download is completed, you can open this file. Just click on yes. Wait for installer to configure and load its next window. Okay, you have so many options to choose from, but we will be using a custom install because that is why we can customize as per our requirement, and you can choose whatever other option you want if you are familiar with them, but I would be choosing a custom one. So now you can choose the minimum requirement, that is MySQL Server. That is the most important part. Without this MySQL Server, you will not be able to use the MySQL database. Then the tools, you can use MySQL Workbench. This is a GUI version of their IDE which you can use to operate with the database. If you are using a Visual Studio, you can install this. You can have a MySQL shell as well. You can have a router for remote login, but I don't need this. But it is as per your choice. You can choose whatever you want to install. So only application I want is Workbench. For connectivity, I will be choosing ODBC because if you want to connect with Excel and other Microsoft product, you can use this. You can also use .NET connector if you want, or whatever connector you want. Again, Microsoft Excel would require this for some use case. If you are a data analyst, you will be using Excel and SQL together. So these two are important. For documentation, you can like install their documentation for reference material, and you can use sample schema such as Sakila and World. They would be installed via these two. So these are the minimum thing that you need in order to use MySQL. Otherwise you can customize as per your requirement. You can use a Python connector, you can use a C++ connector if you are looking to install and join it with, you are like going to use it with those languages. Otherwise you can install them later on as well. They are available on MySQL Server. Okay, so these are the basics thing that you need minimum. Then you can click on next and execute, then wait for it to complete. Yeah, the performance of installation depends on your machine configuration. I might fast forward them for your convenience to make the video shorter. Then click on next. As you can see, ready to configure the MySQL server in the sample schema. So next, this is like you can use it in 3 different styles: development computer or a server computer or a dedicated computer, because we will be using it for education purpose. So development computer would be fair enough. You can simply click on next, and as again we are using it for development and education purpose, this screen doesn't make sense. So if you are using it for some other purpose, then this is for those people. So you can click on next and you can set a password as per your convenience. I am setting it to root. Again, educationally we can set it to a weak password, but if you are using it for a company server, then you should have a mixed case and upper lower and a strength password, strong password. Basically you can add a user as here as well if you want to, but I'm not going to do so. And this is going to start as Windows service, a background service that will start at Windows startup with, so that you can use it on daily basis. Then click on execute. So it will configure everything that is we have chosen in the previous screen. Like you can keep it on default setting as so that it is easier to understand and install. If you're an advanced user, you can configure it accordingly. Mostly the DBAs are required to tinker with them, so you can simply click on finish. Then this will going to, like, configuration is complete for server. Now it is going to install the sample schema that will give you Sakila and world. Those are like already present in MySQL. You can put a password here, you can check whether it is connecting or not, then click on next. This will execute those script, and this will give you a head start with a sample database called Sakila, and also one more sample database called world, which we can check later on. Okay, so those two have been successfully installed. You can click on finish, next, and you can like skip this for a while. You can finish, and this is like your MySQL has been installed. In order to check it, you can go into the start menu and type MySQL. You will get Workbench as well. You will get a command line interface as well. You can like start it up, zoom in a little bit, password is root, then you can say show database. This is all the database you have. These are the two databases that are created by the installer, otherwise this four are already pre-present and they are required. So you can like say use Sakila, which is also the name of their logo, the penguin you have. Then you can say show tables. These are all the tables that are there in Sakila. You can then take it further from here, and you can also use the database called world. So you can say use world, then you can say show tables. So these are all the tables in the world. So this is how to install and configure a MySQL database on a Windows machine, and we will check out more stuffs in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.